Hello. While I was doing my business management course in America, program in America, we had a class that was international communication. There was a good, general, broad class, and we studied a lot of different things about cultures and how to deal with very different cultures when you are dealing in business and all that. Now, the time came for the term paper, which is always a nightmare for a person like me, because I'm never ready. Okay, so I was wondering what to do. And instead of writing, and had a small typewriter by then, but it would have been a disaster typing the whole thing, and it was just too much for me. So I had an idea. I had a nice cassette player, and of course a microphone, and I had a few records of music. Music from many countries, like Music Around the World and such records. So I hesitantly asked my Professor Connolly, I said, "Sir, do I have to do the term paper on paper and print it and type it? Can I do it in some other way?" I did not know the word media at that time. Other format, maybe, I asked. He said, "What are you talking about?" So I said, "I would like to do a term paper on a subject about international appeal, something which is known and familiar, people are familiar with everywhere in the world, something like that, I said, I don't know, I'll just do it and then give it to you, and you, if you think it's worthy of your attention and my grades." He said, "Okay." He was quite a flexible guy. He said, "Okay, do it. It better be good." I said, "Yes, sir." So I spent about a couple of days' time collecting and then sorting out different musics from the world. African, Arabian, South African, North African, and then music from countries like China and Japan. I mean, like about 9 or 10 different, very different musics. Some vocal, mostly instrumental. I decided to have a theme, said love and music. These are two truly universal communication tools. Everybody understands and loves music, and everybody loves love. Everybody loves. So all my songs and my music had something to do with love. Even if it were instrumental, I'll make it in such a way that it'll sound very pleasant and like a piece of sitar, and it'll like very romantic. I made a 30-minute tape. It was a 60-minute tape with 30 minutes on one side. I just made it on one side. I did a little bit of talking in the beginning and at the end. Nothing in between, just one song after other, one musical piece after other. It's all over. It took me 2 days to complete it, because I had to erase some and put some just to make it sort of, in a nice systematic way, and yet it shouldn't sound too orderly, It has to be more like spontaneous. So I worked hard on it. And I finally brought the tape to Mr. Connolly. I was early this time. With Dr. Miller, I had my problems. Mrs. Gandhi had saved me, but this time I didn't want to take any chances. So I gave it to him and I said, "Sir, just check this out and let me know if this is acceptable." He said, "Okay." So he put it in his coat pocket inside. Done. Third day was his class again. So that was the day when everybody was supposed to bring in their term paper. I was there. We were all there sitting. Everybody was submitting their papers. I just looked questioningly at Professor Connolly, and I said, "Sir, what do you think of my term paper? Was it okay?" He just looked at me and he said, "It was very good." He said, "I was spellbound." I said, "Wow, really?" He said, music was naturally very beautiful. What you said on the tape was excellent. But technically, it was so good. No humming, no crackling. How did you do it? You have very expensive equipment?" I said, "No, sir. I'm a poor student from India. How can I have such expensive equipment, musical cassettes and decks and stuff like that. I just use a regular small portable tape recorder and have a record player, and I like a phonograph, and just wired it together. I have a cheap little microphone, but I did this at about 3 a.m. so everything will be quiet, no buses, no cars. My room partner was asleep, and he doesn't snore, so he laughed. He said, "Wonderful." And he gave me an A. Then I asked him, I said, "Sir, can I have my cassette back, because I had forgotten to make a copy." In those days, we did not have those double cassette players where you could just stick it in there, push a button, and it'll make a copy. You had to go and find another cassette player, hook it up to and then make copy. So he said, yes, I will, but first I'll have to make a copy myself, because he said, "I'm going to keep it. It's a keepsake." I said, "Oh, it's very nice, but please give it back to me." He said, "Yeah." And then the semester was over, forgotten. He forgot, I forgot. Then I think he just moved on to some other department or other university, and we couldn't get in touch with each other. But that was my term paper. I think it was pretty innovative, at that time. Love and music as the universal appeal, or something like that. I forgot exactly what the title was. I had included K.L. Saigal in it, of course, Ravi Shankar from India, a little bit of Shehnai by Bismillah Khan, and a Bengali song, a Baul song about love towards God. So these 3 or 4 were Indian, short, minute and a half, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 3.5 minutes. Then there was music from Japan, koto music, and the Chinese from Chinese opera, Arabic music, some belly dancing, a lot of different things. I wish I had that cassette. I would have loved to have it and listen to it once in a while. A lot of hard work went into that. But I was rewarded with an A, so hey, I am not complaining.